Even though it's a bit windy today, I thought I'd try and get something done in the yard. So I've already started clearing some pots out. The rose that was in this great big pot just wasn't doing well at all, and it's gone the journey, and I'm just emptying the soil out because I have this other rose here that really does well in its pot, and I think it'll enjoy being in a bigger place. But because you can't put roses in soil other roses have grown in, I'm emptying it all out, and I'm going to take that soil up to the veg beds and the polytunnel, and I'll fill the beds up with it, and I've got new soil and compost to fill that square pot up. And I think the rose will enjoy it being in there. It's called a whiter shade of pale, and it's always beautiful. Well, I haven't had the yard this much pulled out for quite a long time. So at the moment, I'll show you how I am. I've managed to get everything away from the wall. Luckily, when I first was given the horse trough, I had the forethought to put it on some wheels, and so I have got wood screwed on the bottom and it has wheels, but it is still heavy to move, and so I've pruned things back that need pruning. I'm just about to get all of the drain covers off, because I think they need clearing out. They'll be full of soil and stuff, and then I don't think I can go any further today because it's just too windy and the sun's already going down. But if I can get this bit clean, even if I don't get it arranged all back, then that's something, and I can start again tomorrow as long as it's not raining. Just put it on the veg beds or something. If I can get all that cleared out, I can get the pressure washer on and just clear the whole drain as well, because it was worse than I thought. These things, sometimes they just get put off for so long. Well, mine's been put off for a long time, but once I'm doing it, I just want to do it and get it all cleaned and what you'd call bottomed out. That's what I'm doing, I think. I'm bottoming out the garden, whereas you bottom out your house in the spring or something. That's how I'm thinking about it anyway. I'm going to try and lever up the rest of those things. They're a bit stuck. Probably because they've never been levered out for quite a few years. I just need the last one to get in, and then I can arrange some pots. Sometimes they're awkward. It helps. You just encourage it. That's it. Well, I'm pleased with that. I'm just going to try and move some things back in and maybe call it a day for today. Because my fingers are starting to get cold, and as you can see, I'm all over windy weather here. Oh, well, at least I know that's clean underneath there now. Oh, It's the next day and I've done a little bit more of everything. I've got this rose in the great big pot that I emptied, and I'm going to plant in here before I fill it up to the top these lovely crocuses. So I've got Ruby Giant, and I've got, oh my goodness, Etruscus Zwannenberg, and I'm going to mix them together, I think. I'll just make sure that they're at the front corners particularly. And I'm looking forward to them already. And now I'll just top them off with the extra soil. I think it needs a little bit more, and then I'll pat it all down. While I'm in bulb planting mood, I'm going to put some of these in as well. Starlight Sensation. They do smell absolutely heavenly, and I'm going to put them into the top of the trough. So I want to top this up with some extra compost and soil as well. So I might as well put them in before I put the compost on. As you can see, it's another windy day here, but I'm wrapped up and trying to get the yard finished. Although I'm in bulb planting mode now, and I've got another little project up at the polytunnel, which I'll probably go to straight after this. I think I'll just put all of these in this part here, and I've only got 10, so I'm putting them not hugely far. Well, they should be 3 times their length, but I'm going to top this all off with my spare compost. These are so lovely. They've got the most heavenly scent. So now it's a matter of just trying to arrange everything. I'm sort of giving it a bit of a clear out so that some of the pots that haven't ended up with much in them are going. Maybe I can get something from the holding area in, but in the end I just want less pots in here so I can keep it tidier without the mess that I've had these past few years. So I'm going to try and get the other sink over here because I think there's a good place for it, and the thing is I can't lift it, so I'm just going to have to corner it to move it over, and hopefully I have got it in the right place because I won't want to move it back. These are a ton weight once they're planted. I need a brick under it because of the where the sink plug hole goes down, there's a lump. Try this. Oh, I think that looks fine. Oh. I think it'll look. Oh, I've got it backwards. I've got to swap it round. It's facing the wrong way. Okay, turn it round. Oh, it's too heavy. I need somebody else. No, I don't. I can do it. Oh, crikey. Right. Maybe. Let's have a look. Okay, I think that's okay. That took some doing. Right, I'm going to arrange some more stuff and then go and plant some more bulbs. I need a bit of rest from all the heavy lifting, I think. But I think I've got a nice arrangement. I'm quite happy with how it's all looking. did plant some cream crocuses into the end of the horse trough, and everything's fine, ready to wash this piece of yard. However, it still feels like there's quite a lot of pots there. And just look at the ones that have not gone back in. The baby bath wasn't included in this arrangement, but these ones are. The blue, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 5 pots were all included along the back of the wall. So all of those are now going to move out to the holding area, and then I can have a sweep up, see if I can do any more tidying. I think I'm going to go up and do some snowdrop planting, and then I'll wash the yard at the end when it's when I've had a bit of a rest. I've come up to the polytunnel to plant some snowdrops, but you might notice behind me that the door's working, and I spent ages trying to get it moving again. And then Wendy came up and she said, why don't we just try and really push it against this thing? I went, oh, it might break. Anyway, she got behind it and she pushed it, and it managed to move just the 2 or 3 inches I needed to get my spanner in and loosen the nuts. And from there, I managed to loosen the whole thing. I don't know why it had jammed up, but I'm just going to keep an eye on it from this moment onwards. But now, at least I can get in and out the front door. Anyway, to what I'm doing now. When I was clearing up the top, I was digging out so much stuff, and I kept everything I could. So these here are a snowdrop called Tiny, and they're really nice. Now, they were very congested and they've just been kept. They're actually starting to grow, but I thought instead of just putting them back in the garden, I'd make a display out of them. So I've got this just empty pot. I'm going to put some fresh compost in, and I'm going to nestle as many of these in the top, leave them in here, and then that'll make a nice display in here, and maybe I can take it into the house when they're done. But the other thing is, I've got the lovely tureen here that had pansies in over the summer, and I've got pots and pots of just your normal snowdrop, normal, you know, the one that's naturalised here. And I am just going to absolutely pack them into the top of this tureen, and then they'll come up in here, and then they can maybe go in the house. So that's what I'm going to get on with now, and then I'll go back to the yard. I really would like to get some washing done before I go in today. I don't think I can be in the garden tomorrow. I've got too much to do. I think if they spend some time in a pot in here this year, they'll have to go in the garden next year. Actually, I don't want to put them further down. I don't think they would like spending 2 years in a pot. But look at them, they're really there's so many. And I can't exactly remember that they flowered very well last year, or this year. But there are definitely plenty of bulbs there. So it'll be nice to see them come up. I did have some lovely collections of snowdrops. It'll be nice to discover them if they're still here. I'm going to put a couple of layers in because there's so many bulbs. And then that should be a nice full pot. There's plenty of roots on them, so they're definitely, you know, they're doing fine. Because when I know the name, I quite like to keep them separate. Right, I think there's a lot in there now. Could always put moss or something on, but I haven't got any at the minute. I might find some. Right, a bit more on there, let it settle down when I water it. Okay, so I'll label that with Tiny. There's still all loads of it, so I'm going to put them in another pot so I know that that's the ones they are. But I'm going to do the tureen now. Right, here they're going. I'm just going to put as many as I can. These are just, there might be some doubles. Well, that's good and full. I hope they do all right. They've spent virtually the whole year out of the soil, but hopefully they'll just get they'll get away good. Something nice to look forward to anyway. I'm going to put them to one side and go back to the yard. Oh, I think I was on a funny angle there. I can't help it. This corner started to get in a mess when I was first clearing at the beginning of the year, because the fence came down and then Wendy brought gravel from her garden for me to put up by the pony tunnel, and actually there's still bags of gravel there, and then stuff just got shoved on top. I was keeping the wood to make sticks, but I've got so much. I think I just need rid of it really, so might just get piled for the skip. These are the bags of gravel. See what went down the side of the tunnel? Actually, they might still be useful, so I think I just have to get them away from here. I think I'll put the wood into bags so I can put it in the car cleanly. I think I'll do that. I'm just going to turn you off for now because it's too much. I don't want these to actually start growing again, so it's possibly a bit on the early side, but I'd rather just have them. I'd rather just try and get a proper clear up and it's one job done. I mean, it's got loads around. Really, by the time it gets to now, I shouldn't really be letting them flower anymore. They need to have the energy in their roots. But can't cut them off. I'll let them go one more. I'll let them go another couple of weeks. This, for your eyes only, is such a vigorous rose. If you don't really cut it back, it would be out of control. But cutting it back makes it grow more anyway. Well, I think the paving is worse than I even realised. I think once I've washed it all, I'm going to have to get some sort of a cleaner as well. Well, it's a crisp morning here today, but at last I can show you a tidy, clean yard with only one or two things left to do. I actually was washing this yard until it was so dark I could hardly see what I was doing, but I was just determined to get it finished and get it done. So it wasn't until this morning that I could come down and just see what a difference I'd made. So the corner where the gravel and the wood was all tidy now. Some of the roses are cut back, some still to do. Those ones are just going to wait a little bit longer. I've ended up with a little few roses in a vase though. And unbelievably, I have hareberries in flower. So I picked a few of them as well. There definitely are fewer pots, but they all look tidy, and I think they're going to look lovely when the bulbs are flowering. I always have to leave a space for the hose pipe to come through. But it's looking super clean and lovely. I'm pleased I moved the sink over, even though it wore me out. But that pot looks so much better over there. So there's only one or two things to do. I need to move that pot out into the holding area, and also the wormeries to sort out so that the worms can be bedded down for the winter. Really, I should be getting on with that now. But all in all, I couldn't be happier to just come out and realise there's nothing here that shouldn't be here, and that it's as clean as I can get it. I still think I might need some actual cleaner for the paving. It's sandstone and it's started to get the black spots on it. You need a proper cleaner for that, but we'll see. I'll see how it gets through the winter, give it another clean in the spring. But I hope you've enjoyed this visit to my garden, for my courtyard really. The garden's still a work in progress, obviously, but it's getting to that time when I can start to do the big jobs. There's always more jobs to do in the winter, I think. So if you're doing some tidying up in your garden over the winter, or maybe you're coming into spring if you're in the Antipodes, then I hope you enjoy whatever you're doing. Maybe you'd like to watch one of the videos that I'm going to link at the end of some of the gardening I did that got posted on my other channel at Marion's World. I'll put a link in for them. Maybe you'd like to watch them. Bye for now, and I'll welcome you next time you decide to drop in and visit me. Bye everyone. Thanks so much. I'm going to leave you with some lovely autumn colours from the garden.